All right, folks, it's the WC here with an All In London review. I'm going to be going over the matches at the end, towards the end of the video. But I want to start off with the Swerve and Danielson match because I have to just kind of speak on this. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below for more AEW content. I don't cover AEW a lot, but this event is very important because you're talking about the pace of the show and foreseeing the future and professional wrestling as you know it. You know what I'm saying? This is just another company that I have to cover. All right, so we're going to start off with Danielson's family towards the end of the match. He's got his daughter there. His son looks just like him. I'm going to say that one more time during the course of this, right? So Danielson is about to pump up. He's about to hit Swerve. He hits Swerve in the back of the head with a flying knee. All right. And then from out of that, he transitions into the label lock or the yes lock, right? So he's got him in the yes lock. Swerve looks like he's about to tap, and then Danielson grabs his arm. He basically breaks his fingers or rakes his fingers or what have you, and then he puts him in a modified, I think, a neck crank or a bow. Matter of fact, back in the day, they used to call it a Boeing. So you can say this a Boeing lock, right? That's what my wrestling coach used to call it, right? He called it a Boeing. And then Swerve taps out. He taps out. And then, like I said, his son looks smack like him. I mean, Bree's a very beautiful woman. Always has been a beautiful woman. All right. But now we're coming to the part of the video where I have to slow it down a little bit. I know I just kind of zoomed through that. I wanted to make sure that I got through that whole little situation. I wanted to talk about Swerve first, and then I'm going to talk about Danielson next, and then I'll talk about um, the whole entire pay-per-view as a whole. All right, so y'all got to hang with me now. Hang with me now. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let's look at Swerve. All right. Can I ask this question? I have to legitimately ask this question. Is Swerve the wrestler of the year? Yes or no? Now, I think it is a two-horse race. I think it's either him or Cody. Roman didn't have enough matches in 2024 in order for him to qualify. MJF, for sure, he didn't qualify for this. Maybe you could probably say Ospreay towards the end of that. Maybe you could sneak in maybe McIntyre or I don't think that Rollins has had a great year at all. I'm going to be real with you, even though he entered into WrestleMania as the champion, but he spent a good portion of the year hurt or recovering from injury. But last year was definitely Rollins' year. I think that Swerve Strickland is, without a doubt, the wrestler of the year over Cody Rhodes. I know people are going to say that's controversial. But the reason why I say that he's the wrestler of the year over Cody Rhodes is because on your bingo card for 2024, Swerve Strickland, if I can get the words out, him being the AEW champion going into their biggest pay-per-view, him winning the championship overall at the beginning of 2023, it wouldn't, like, you'd be like, all right, there's an outside chance that he could have won it. But all of the momentum, and I think that that's one of the things that AEW actually did right. Like, Tony Khan doesn't do a lot of things right. I'll get to that in a moment. He doesn't do a lot of things right, but he did this right with Swerve. All right. But at the same time, I don't like the fact that they took the championship off of Swerve here. I don't. And the reason why, now we're going to go to Danielson. We're going to go right over to Danielson and his family. You see him there. They're celebrating, all that good stuff. The reason why that this is not necessarily a good thing is because, I've seen Bryan Danielson, I've seen him as his title runs, man. We've seen him as a face. We've seen him as a big white meat baby face. We've seen him as a heel. We've seen him as a great heel, a big heel. We've seen him from multiple different directions, and I don't necessarily know if I really want to see this going into 2025 at this point. I understand. I understand the premise of the match. It was career versus championship, so we knew that there's something that had to happen there. And Danielson and Swerve have wrestled multiple times, and I think that the last time that they wrestled, I would say that this kind of, like, the last time that they wrestled, it actually kickstarted Swerve's momentum. when they wrestled in Seattle, I think, or was that Darby? But did he wrestle? Did he wrestle Darby or did he wrestle Danielson? This stuff runs together. I'm gonna be real with you. I know he wrestled both of them, and all three of them are from the Northwest. So I guess, but it's one of these things where I'm not saying that this is going to be bad. I'm saying like, if they're going to put the championship on Christian Cage, which it looks like they probably have to do at some point, right? Like, I get it, but it's like you're going from Swerve, who's like, for all intents and purposes, who's not young necessarily, but I would say that he's definitely so more so in his prime than anything else, right? You're going from a guy that's clearly in his prime to a guy that's somewhat late in his prime to a guy that's definitely somewhat past his prime in Cage. All right, even though I love hearing the Christian Cage promo, I don't necessarily enjoy watching him wrestle. And if they're going to put the championship on him at some point, that's a problem for me. All right, that's a problem for somebody like me who watches AEW. It's a reason to turn it off. All right, Swerve is a reason to tune in to see what they're going to do with him. But I don't necessarily like the direction of it. They could have had Hangman win that match. Wasn't Hangman in the match? Ricochet debuted. I'm going to be bringing that up. Well, I just brought it up. He debuted. They could have had him win that. You understand what I'm trying to say? They could have had Danielson versus Ricochet. Maybe they'll push him in the right direction there. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't like it. All right, I'm just gonna overall, I just don't like the fact that they did this. All right, I just don't. But I understand why they did it, but I don't like it. Now let's switch this all the way up, man. Let's get to the match results. We're gonna go over pre-show and everything. Now, if I butcher somebody's name here, it is what it is. All right. All right. So pre-show match. You had Top Flight, Leo Rush, Action Andretti, Tommy Billington, who's the Dynamite Kid's son or nephew, Cal Fletcher, and Kip Sabian. They defeat Private Party, Dark Order, Anthony Ogogo, Satnam Singh, um, Daivari, I was just say Daivari, and Jay Luther via pinfall. All right, that was on pre-show. Then you had Willow Nightingale, Ishii, and then you had Stokely and Kris Statlander, and they basically beat them. All right, so Willow and Ishii won that match. I'll tell you like this: Willow's been working very, very hard, and so has Kris Statlander as well. Like Kris Statlander in person, I don't know if you have ever seen her in person, man. Like I mean, you like for me, I see girls like Willow all the time, but you don't see chicks that's built like Statlander. I'm just saying. All right, I just want to throw that in. All right, Dusty Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and um, man, Shibata. I'm telling you, like these names now, and the Von Erichs defeat the Kingdom and Caves of Agony. Y'all got to work with me here, man. Dustin is still wrestling, y'all. Like, holy moly. And when was the last time I don't know when was the last time I even seen Sammy Guevara. Like, good grief. Holy moly. They got him on the show. Y'all got to work with me. Here's the next match. Pac and Blackpool Combat Club beat the Patriarchy, Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, and a ladder match for the Trio Championship. I'm pretty sure that was a banger. Good portion of this pay-per-view I missed because I was like, it's something else I had to do, so I had to watch it back. So a lot of people have said that this was probably one of the best matches. Mariah May defeats Toni Storm for the AEW Championship. Like Toni Storm has come so far from whatever she was doing in the WWE to what she's doing now, and Mariah May is like, man, like she's really a good looking girl, but like it's that she's missing something. I don't know what it is, and I'm watching her wrestling matches, and she's missing something. Can y'all tell me what she's missing? Y'all guess. I ain't gonna tell y'all in this video because I'm trying to get through it. I'm already like 9 minutes deep. You got Hook defeating Chris Jericho to get the FTW Championship back. Hi guys. The Young Bucks put themselves over over FTR and the Acclaim to retain the tag team championships. Come on, folks. I mean, like I guess. I already mentioned that Christian Cage won the Casino Gauntlet match. I mean, come on, they could have they could have let somebody else. I mean, they could have let somebody else win. I might cut that out. Could have let somebody else win it. Yeah, Will Ospreay defeats MJF to become the international champion. So they change it to the American Championship, and then they change it back to the American International Championship. Um, and MJF, I don't want to say that MJF is like overrated, but he's more promo than he is like wrestling like technician, or he's like him and CM Punk got that in common. Like a CM Punk match is not necessarily a great watch. I hate to throw Phil under the bus, but they both have that in common. They're really great on the mic, but when it comes to like straight up entertaining professional wrestling, like MJF is just. I mean, he ain't necessarily the wave. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Mercedes Hogan beats Britt Baker to retain the TBS championship. Like this is like, I mean, Tony L. I probably should start Tony L. Like Tony Khan has taken like a few dozen L's over the last year or so, and Mercedes is like probably the biggest one. Okay, like she's coming to this company, right? She's coming to this specific company. Has had like 10 matches this year. She hasn't lost damn near any of them at all. Hasn't made to look. She hasn't been made to look horrible at all. Like maybe a couple lead up until a couple matches she's gotten her ass whipped, but like she's not taking any type of pins to anybody. So she's not gonna if she's not gonna lay down for Britt Baker, right? Like so who is she gonna lay down for in this company? Is she gonna lay down for Sky Blue? They're gonna put Sky Blue over Mercedes? What about Julia Hart? They're gonna put Julia Hart over Mercedes? Are they gonna put any of those two over Mercedes? No, maybe, probably, no. Thunder Rosa? They gonna have a feud with Thunder Rosa at some point? Is she gonna go over her at some point? I mean, like, what are they really doing here? I know they got this big buff girl. What's the name of the big buff girl that's by her side? I can't tell y'all right now, but she kind of cute. I mean, you can see her being a powerhouse. I mean, but Lord have mercy, Mercedes Hogan again. Um, she's not going to put anybody over. And that's what it seems like. That's what it feels like. It's really bad, and I need for people to really understand that I understand. And it's not good. And I have to say it as loud as I possibly can. Because if I don't, people gonna think that like I agree with it. All right, so we're gonna move along. Jack Perry, aka Jungle Boy. I'm still gonna call him Jungle Boy. Um, Beast Darby Allin. I should do like a separate little video on Darby Allin for the TNA, not TNA, but the TNT Championship. I don't think that there was an appearance by Edge at all. I was expecting to see Edge. He didn't show up, but Sting did show up during that match. It's good to see Sting. Um, but Jack Perry retains, and I mean, it is what it is, right? I have no feeling towards it. Like, you know, I have no feel. I want to see Darby Allin try to kill himself in person. Like, I hate to say it like that, but that's basically what he tries to do. That's basically what he tries to do. And of course, Danielson retains over Swerve Strickland to become he retains. He defeats him to become AEW World Champion. I was looking at one and then the other, like you guys understand. So let me know how you guys feel. It's 13 minutes of a review, 14 minutes by the time I'm done. Um, Overall grade for AEW All In, I would give it maybe an 8.5. There was some stuff that was left to be desired. Everybody got paid. Anybody in AEW was on the show, which is a good thing. They got a lot of people on there. A lot of people got paychecks. Man, they didn't say anything about the attendance, which is a red flag. Maybe they didn't sell out. From where I saw, maybe they did say something about the attendance. If they said something about the attendance, let me know down below in the comments. I don't want this video to be too long, but I had to kind of speak out some certain stuff and explain to you guys how I felt. So make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more AEW content. I don't drop content on AEW Live. If y'all want me to drop more content, y'all got to come back. They have to come back to me. All right. And until next time, peace out.